So if you are starting as a social entrepreneur, I'm sure that you have big dreams, big hopes. You want to contribute and to create something that really, really matter. And even if you know that you can't change the world all by yourself, you still want to do something that has a global super impact. And all that is great. However, you still need to start from somewhere. And that's actually one of the biggest difficulties for social entrepreneurs. Because unlike classic entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs have this big vision, this big dream, and there is a gap between the big vision and where you need to start. And actually, in this video, I want to share with you why you need to start small. My name is Solene. I'm the founder of Creators for Good and Social Entrepreneurship Expert. And every week I share with you tips and tricks for your social entrepreneurship journey. I decided to make this video because every month I have new social entrepreneurs coming to me for advices, and they all have big dreams, like big dreams of like global networks or like world-changing products. And I know, and I tell them, and today I'm telling you all, that unless you accept to start small, you are going to fail. They are all going to fail, all those who want to start very big from the beginning. There are three reasons. The first reason is if you have such a big, enormous plan, chances are you are going to procrastinate and never get started. Because we are all human beings, we need to manage our motivations and expectations. And when the goal is just too huge, it's really, really hard to get actually started. The second reason is because you're gonna need way too much capital to get started. And once again, that's something that is in common with the like dreamer social entrepreneur, I like to call them like that, who come to me with their big plans, and they also mention, oh yeah, and by the way, I need $10 million to get started. And basically, like, it's almost impossible to find that much money if you have no proof at all that your solution worth that much money. So you need to start small to prove that your solution is actually working before you can raise the capital to scale. The third reason why you need to start small is because your idea is not mature yet. You need to fine-tune it. You need to start small with a small group of customers so that they can give you feedback and you can improve your solution until like you find the way to make it work, and then you can scale your solution to like either other groups of customers or other countries, etc. Because basically, like, if you just start very big with an idea that you made alone in your head or with like a few people, and that you fine tune on a business model Canva, chances are it is very far from what is working in the real life with real people and real customers. And it's okay, it's normal, but you just have to keep in mind that get started quick, get started small, and this is the way to find the best solution. And then in collaboration basically with your beneficiaries, and then on this scale. Let's take examples. For example, you want to help refugees. Okay, great. That's a very big problem, and yes, help is needed. But that's just too broad of a problem to like actually implement something by yourself or with a small team of people. So you have to have a specific idea. Let's say your specific idea is you want to help refugees becoming entrepreneurs. Okay, great. But then how to implement that? You need to start with one refugee in one city and then go through all the steps that this person needs to become an entrepreneur in terms of paperwork, in terms of finding funding, in terms of strategy, in terms of communication, in terms of many other aspects and many other steps that people take to become entrepreneurs, and see what are the specific problems that this person encounters either because he's a refugee, or maybe because he doesn't speak the language, or maybe because of other, problems that people face when they become entrepreneurs. And so you go through all the steps, you identify the problems, and then you decide which is the solution you want to design. And once again, here you have to start with one specific problem that you're gonna solve. Let's say that in your background or in your network, in your knowledge whatsoever, you feel that you can really help on the finding funding aspect. Well, great. Now you have your angle. So now take 5 refugees and help 5 refugees who have the ambition to become an entrepreneur in your city to get funded. And then here again, see all the steps, all the different solutions, all the different barriers, and basically fine tune your solution until it's really working for everyone. Find the best ways. And then you can scale. Then you can offer the solution to 10 refugees, 100 refugees. Then you can maybe also scale to other cities. Basically, this is how you get started, and this is how you scale, and this is how you can actually have a super great impact, because you start qualitatively before starting quantitatively. Let's take another example. Let's say with products, because the first example was with services, and let's say with the environment, because the first problem was a social problem. You noticed people or some people, when they need to move, they are throwing away their furniture, and it's such a waste. Maybe because they don't have the time or the resources to find people to sell it to, or whatever the problem is, you want to solve it with a circular economy solution by offering to rent furniture. And by the way, I hope or I wish that you existed when I was a student, because I had to buy and throw furniture like every 2 years. Once again, renting furniture is a great idea. It's broad, it's bold, it can make a difference, but it's too big to start with. So you have to start with one group of people, your early adopters. Maybe there will be students, like I mentioned before, or maybe there will be expatriates, because like they are moving quite often and they have more money than students. So maybe it's a better group of people to start with, so that you can be financially sustainable before you can subsidize or offer a low-cost solution for students. It will be so much easier for you to start with one group of people, because you will know exactly where to communicate on social medias, what media do they read, what association can talk about your solution, and so on. And I know that when you start small, or when you start focused on one group of people, one of the fear is that, but what if I'm closing doors to like other type of beneficiaries? But trust me, if you start as a generalist, you will not get noticed at all, because you need to become an expert. You need people to gather people who have the same values as you. And amongst those people, there are some that will be like, wow, this is exactly for me, and become your first customers, your early adopters. And then once it's rolling with them and you have enough of those people, then yes, you can spread the word across other type of focus groups. Just like Creators for Good, imagine I was just strategy consultant for each and everyone that wants to hire me. Then like it wouldn't make any sense. No one would feel like I'm the one for them. So like I'm very, very focused, and I am not, helping NGOs, I'm not helping startups, I'm only helping social entrepreneurs. And that's why I could create a solution that is very, very specific and tailor-made for them. That's why I'm having so much great results with my clients. I started with helping one social entrepreneur, and then 5, and then 10. And now I'm in the process of scaling. I started a group program here locally in Istanbul, and next year in 2016, I'm gonna start an online course, so that more and more people can get basically my advices and my experience, and get the results, and so my impact can grow bigger. But I didn't start with like such a big scale, group and online courses. I really started with one person. I fine-tuned my methodology, and now that it works really well and that I am super confident on every step of the methodology, now I can scale. And this is exactly what you need to do for your type of impact as well. You need to start qualitatively before you can reach a large quantity of beneficiaries. By the way, I have published recently a new page on my website explaining what's the methodology of Creators for Good, how is it different from other methodology, and where I explain the 6 steps that I take my clients through from the idea to the launch to the scale. Have a look at the page, first of all, because it can help you with your own social entrepreneurship journey, but also ask yourself, like, what are the steps that you want to bring your clients from to? And then try to find one focus group with who to validate those steps. So I don't want this video to be just me giving you all advices. I really want you to take action. And so please share in the comments below. 1, what is your big plan, your big mission? And 2, what is your first focus? And I will actually answer and tell you if the focus is focused enough, or give you ideas of how you can be even more efficient and start even smaller, start even more qualitative, so that you can then scale more rapidly. If you find this video helpful, please don't hesitate to share it with people you know who might be interested, maybe also in Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups that you like and that are full of social entrepreneurs that could benefit from this advice. And I'll see you next week for the next weekly tip. Bye bye.